This is our first Volvo, Emma's Amazon, that she bought back in 2000, we think. And the overdrive's just let go. So I'm just going to take the opportunity now to illustrate how to replace the clutch on the B18 B20 engine. So, without talking about it any further, let's just go and do the job. As you can see, I've already taken the gearbox out. That's very simple. It's simply a matter of popping off the 4 nuts and bolts from the prop shaft, which is a 7/16 and a 1/2 inch spanner. Pop that out of the way. You may actually have to take it off at the rear of the prop as well and move the whole prop shaft aft to give you clearance. It all depends. And then this is the trick tool for taking the gearbox out. This is a 3/8 socket head wobble drive. And with this, you can easily get at the 4 bolts securing the gearbox to the bell housing, and then out it jumps, remembering to remove the overdrive and reverse wiring. And then you're in the same state as you see us here. So now it's off with the bell housing. Now I'm going to be lazy and try and do it without removing the clutch slave cylinder. That may not work. Off with the top bolts. There it goes. That's the 4 5/8 bolts out. Next we'll just pop off the 2 bottom. This being the late one, it's just 2 9/16 bolt. On the earlier engine, it'll be a nut and bolt securing a tin plate here. And the starter motor, which is a nut and bolt. There we go. And the starter upper bolt. 11/16 spanner to hold the nut. There it is. That's the 2 starter bolts off. Just move the starter motor forward a touch. Just get it clear of the flywheel. Yeah, just get it off its locating pins. There we are. Just going to support this out of the way so it doesn't get stressed. Now off with the clutch plate. Just going to turn the engine round a bit so I can get those last 2 bolts easily. There we go. And we take that away with its friction disc. Now you'll notice this is actually not an original Amazon engine. The 8-bolt crankshaft is the last of the 1974 engines. Okay, so before we start putting everything together, if you don't know the age of your spigot bearing here, then replace it. There's just a little wire clip here that you can get the hold of the end here and take it out, and then find a means. If you don't have the bearing puller, there are various other ways of getting the bearing out of here. And that's it, bearing 6202 to go back in. And we always prefer the sealed units rather than the open ones. Okay, so having replaced the spigot bearing, we now offer up the clutch itself. Okay, quick bit of brake and clutch cleaner around the face there. Excellent. Inspect the face carefully. If there's pitting or very clearly hot spots and high spots, then definitely take it to your local machinist just to be lightly skimmed over. If it's looking perfect, as this one does, then you can go straight in with the clutch. Now, to set up the clutch, you need a clutch centering tool. In our case, because we do this so often, I've simply modified the gearbox input shaft that we had, and that's what I'll be using. But there are various tools on the market to center up the friction disc. Make sure your centering tool is engaged in the spigot bearing. Rotate around till the locating pins are in place, and then just offer up the 6 bolts. Now up the top here, you'll see I have a wee clamp that stops the flywheel from rotating. And this just makes life easier as we torque up the bolts. Okay, my 1/2-inch socket, I like to go around winding each of the bolts down steadily. So I'll just take up the slack there, just until I can feel gentle pressure building up. And now I just go round in turn, doing a couple of 1, 2, 1, 2. Well, it's a bit loose at the moment. 1, 2, 1, 2, and so on until they are down on the flywheel. And now we torque them down to 30 Newton meters. There we go. Let's check. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. Out with your centering tool. Nice and easy there. That's always a good sign that the gearbox is going to go in easily. Off with your clamp if you've used one. And then we pop the bell housing back on. There we go, it's seated on its pins. 2 bottom bolts. Side bolt and its earth strap. Side bolt. This one's a difficult one to get at, so try and take that in as far as you can by hand. It'll save you some effort later. There. And the 2 top bolts. You notice I only used the buzz gun to do it up lightly. I didn't use it to torque it down. And now I will torque it down by hand because you do not want these on too tight. There. That awkward side one. Yep, happy with that. And then the top two. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Then bring the starter motor back into its housing. There it is. That's gone square. We'll get the top bolt in first. There it goes. Blindly place the washer and nut. Likewise with the bottom bolt. Through it goes. Do you want us to come here to see where the nut goes on the underneath so that you know? So if I press the, look, there's the bolt coming through on the bottom flange. In I go with me nut. Pop that on by hand. Okay, now we'll just do the tightening.
He's sitting under the ramps.
There we go. So go for the top one first, as that's going to be the slacker one. And now we'll grip it with the 11/16. Grip the nut with the 11/16. There we go. And finally, there we go, that's the starter motor secured. Whiz in the two bottom bolts. Lift those up, and now it's just a matter of putting the release bearing in and loading in the gearbox again. So that's it. A clutch change on the B18 B20 motor. Thank you.